Rebuilding yourself is not a simple task, nor is it a quick fix. It's a journey, a process of transformation that requires patience, determination, and a willingness to embrace discomfort. We all face challenges in life, moments that shake us to our core and leave us questioning our worth, our purpose, and our direction. But what defines us isn't the fall, it's the rise. The power to rebuild lies within you, and the truth is, you are capable of more than you realize. It's easy to get caught in the idea that once we've hit a low point, it's all over. But that's where the greatest opportunity for growth begins. Rebuilding is about choosing to move forward when everything seems stacked against you. It's about finding the courage to face your fears, break old patterns, and create a new path that aligns with who you truly are. It's about rising from the ashes, not just to survive, but to thrive. In this speech, I'll share the essential steps to help you rebuild yourself, not as you were before, but as someone stronger, wiser, and more determined to live the life you deserve. This is your moment to rebuild, and it starts now. Rebuilding yourself begins with self-reflection, a critical and often difficult step that requires you to pause, look inward, and confront your reality without distortion. Many people avoid self-correction because it's uncomfortable. It requires vulnerability, and at times it might feel like you're peeling back layers of the past that you'd rather leave untouched. But true rebuilding cannot happen without acknowledging where you are right now. When you take the time to reflect, you must face the hard truths, especially when those truths are painful. Let them imprison you future. You must face the hard truths, especially when you feel bad. The key here is to not let these moments define you. Too many people get caught in a cycle of regret and guilt, constantly reliving their mistakes. This isn't the goal of self-repair. The importance of this kind of self-reflection is that it allows you to separate who you are now from who you were. It's easy to get trapped in the narrative of your past, especially if you've encountered hardship or failure. You might tell yourself, "I'm just not the kind of person who succeeds," or "I've always messed things up." This is where the process of rebuilding starts. You need to break free from that mindset. The person you were yesterday doesn't define the person you are today. The moment you accept that your past doesn't control your future is the moment you can begin to make the changes you need to rebuild yourself. One of the most important aspects of self-directed disruptor thinking is understanding the role that your thoughts and beliefs play in shaping your life. We often find ourselves stuck because of limiting beliefs that we've accepted over time. Perhaps you believe that you're not good enough, or maybe you've internalized messages from others telling you that you can't achieve your dreams. These beliefs are powerful, but they're not truths. They're simply stories you've told yourself or others have told you, but they can be rewritten. Rebuilding yourself requires you to challenge these beliefs, to question their validity, and to replace them with new, empowering narratives. This is a hard process, as it often involves undoing years of conditioning, but it is essential for change. Once you've acknowledged where you are and started to separate your past from your present, the next step in self-reflection is to clearly define where you want to go. Without a clear sense of purpose, it's easy to feel lost or overwhelmed when it comes to personal growth. Rebuilding requires a vision, a roadmap for where you want to be, and this vision doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it can evolve as you do. What matters is that you begin with clarity. You need to know what you're working towards. Maybe you want to improve your relationships, advance in your career, or find a sense of inner peace. You can begin taking deliberate steps in that direction. But self-reflection isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. As you grow and evolve, it's important to periodically step back and assess where you are. Are your actions aligned with your goals? Are you slipping back into old habits or mindsets? Rebuilding yourself is a continuous journey that requires regular check-ins to ensure that you're on the right track. You might find that some things need to be adjusted along the way. Maybe your goals change as you learn more about yourself. Or perhaps you discover that some of your old habits are harder to break than you thought. That's okay. What matters is that you keep going and you keep reflecting, learning, and growing. Self-reflection is not a passive activity. It requires active engagement with your thoughts and emotions. It means being brutally honest with yourself and confronting the parts of your life that are difficult to face. It's about having the courage to look at the truth, no matter how uncomfortable, and then using that truth to fuel your transformation. If you want to rebuild yourself, you must begin by understanding where you are, where you've been, and where you want to go. And in doing so, you set the foundation for everything that comes next. Without this foundational step, no amount of effort in other areas of your life will have lasting impact. Self-compassion is the key to unlocking your potential and starting the work of rebuilding your life. When you go through life, challenges are inevitable. These challenges often arrive in the form of setbacks, failures, or obstacles that seem insurmountable at first. The key to overcoming these struggles lies not in avoiding them, but in understanding their deeper significance. Challenges are not just things that make life harder. They are opportunities for growth. They are tests that show you how strong you can become when you push through them. Life doesn't give us these struggles because it wants to punish us. It presents them because they serve as the furnace in which our true strength is forged. The idea that hardships can build strength might seem counterintuitive, especially when you're in the midst of a difficult situation. It's natural to feel overwhelmed or defeated when things don't go as planned. In those moments, it's easy to fall into despair or frustration, to wish the struggle would simply end. But that's where many people miss the opportunity to transform. The greatest growth often happens when we're pushed to our limits, when we feel as though we can't take any more. Those are the moments that teach us resilience. One of the most valuable lessons struggles teach us is the power of perspective. When things are going smoothly, it's easy to take your achievements for granted, to assume that success comes easily or that it's owed to you. But when you're faced with adversity, your true character is revealed. You discover what you're truly made of when life is pushing you down and you choose to rise again. This is when you realize that your success is not solely determined by how many victories you have, but by how you respond when things don't go as planned. Do you let failure define you, or do you use it as fuel to drive you toward your goals? Struggles also teach us the value of patience and persistence. In today's world, we are often conditioned to expect instant results. We live in a time of quick fixes and immediate gratification, where we're used to seeing results fast. But real growth takes time, and this is where many people fall short. When things get tough, many give up because they don't see immediate progress. When things get tough, many give up because they don't see immediate results, but challenges require us to see the future. Challenges require us to have faith in the process. They ask us to keep going even when the road seems long and the progress feels slow. It's through these slow, deliberate steps forward that true transformation occurs. You might not see the results right away, but if you keep pushing, the changes will come. This process also allows you to develop resilience. You learn to trust your ability to weather the storm and emerge on the other side wiser and more capable. enabling you to face life with more confidence and strength. And freedom is a part of your future. What's important to recognize is that struggles don't just reveal strength, they also shape it. Every challenge you face becomes a part of your foundation, helping to build the person you are becoming. Whether it's a personal challenge, like rebuilding a relationship or overcoming a failure in your career, or something more external, like a global crisis or unexpected loss, each struggle has the potential to strengthen you in ways you can't yet imagine. The process of working through difficulties is what shapes you into someone who can handle bigger challenges in the future. Facing difficulties head-on can teach you humility. As you confront your limitations, you begin to realize that you don't have all the answers. You start to understand that growth comes not just from your strengths, but also from your ability to acknowledge and learn from your weaknesses. Struggles force you to confront your imperfections and vulnerabilities, but this is what makes you stronger. The ability to embrace your flaws, to accept them, and to work through them is a form of strength in itself. It's in the moments of struggle that you learn to truly know yourself and grow from those experiences. The struggles we face in life are not there to break us. They are there to mold us. Each challenge, no matter how difficult it may seem at the time, provides an opportunity for personal growth. It is through these experiences that we develop the mental fortitude, emotional resilience, and practical skills that allow us to build the life we desire. The stronger you become through your challenges, the more equipped you are to handle future obstacles and the more capable you are of achieving your dreams. The beauty of life's struggles is not in their inherent difficulty, but in the strength and wisdom they bestow upon those who dare to face them with courage and determination. Rebuilding yourself requires the acceptance of change. It comes from the willingness to embrace change, to move beyond the familiar and to step into the uncertainty of what could be. Without change, personal transformation is impossible. The journey of rebuilding yourself involves constant evolution, and to evolve, you must accept that change is a constant force that you cannot avoid. When you commit to rebuilding yourself, you're not just reshaping your external circumstances, like changing your job, moving to a new city, or altering your social circle. Often, people find themselves stuck in life because they're operating with outdated beliefs or ways of thinking. These old patterns can limit your potential, holding you back from the progress you're capable of. If you want to rebuild yourself, you need to change the way you think. This means letting go of negative thought patterns, limiting beliefs, and old narratives about who you are and what you can achieve. The mind is a powerful tool. An adaptive mindset that supports growth and progress. Working daily requires the ability to change your internal high-low, to replace self-doubt with self-belief, and to adopt a mindset that supports growth and progress. At the same time, embracing change involves rethinking your habits. The key here is consistency. Replacing old habits with new ones takes time, but each small step you take in the right direction builds momentum. This is where change becomes a process. It's not about one big leap or instant transformation. It's about making daily, deliberate choices to act differently. Whether it's waking up earlier to work on your goals, choosing healthier foods, or practicing mindfulness, these small changes, when practiced consistently, add up over time to create significant transformation. Changing your habits and mindset is not always easy. It's normal to experience resistance when you begin the process of change. This resistance comes from within. Your comfort zone is fighting back. But if you want to rebuild, you have to push through that resistance. It can be uncomfortable to change. Your old habits, old ways of thinking, and even old relationships may resist your growth. People around you may not understand why you're changing, and you might feel isolated or misunderstood. But growth never happens in the comfort zone. Real transformation happens when you stretch beyond what's comfortable, when you decide that you're not willing to stay the same. Accepting that change is not only necessary, but uncomfortable at times, will prepare you for the challenges you'll face along the way. Change also requires a willingness to let go of the past. truly rebuild, you need to let go of what no longer serves you. Whether that's old grudges, past mistakes, or even the idea of who you thought you were supposed to be. Letting go of these attachments frees you to embrace the person you are becoming, and it clears the path for new opportunities, new growth, and new successes. But embracing change also means recognizing that it's not always about a dramatic shift. Sometimes change is subtle. It's the shift in how you approach challenges. It's the shift in how you approach challenges, how you interact with others, or how you view yourself. The change you make in your life might not be immediately noticeable to the outside world, but internally, you'll know it's happening. You'll feel more confident, more capable, and this subtle change is just as powerful as any major transformation because it represents a deep internal shift. And it's often these internal changes that lead to the most lasting results. To rebuild yourself, you must embrace the fact that change is constant. Every day is an opportunity to change, to grow, and to improve. Whether the change is big or small, positive or difficult, it's all part of the process of transformation. The key is to remain open to it. As you evolve, you will face moments of doubt and uncertainty, but trust in the process. Trust that the changes you make today, no matter how small they may seem, are setting the foundation for a stronger, better, and more fulfilled version of yourself. And in that process, change is the most essential element of all. Rebuilding yourself isn't just about bouncing back from a setback. It's about building the resilience to endure and persevere through difficult circumstances. Life is unpredictable, and you will inevitably face challenges, obstacles, and moments when everything seems to be falling apart. But it's not the setback that defines you. It's how you rise from it, how you handle adversity, and how you keep moving forward. Resilience is the ability to recover from difficulties, to withstand stress and pressure, and to come out stronger on the other side. It's the force that keeps you going, even when the path seems uncertain or when the weight of the world feels too heavy to bear. The ability to be resilient is something you can cultivate over time. And it's one of the most crucial aspects of the first step in developing resilience is understanding that setbacks and failures are not the end of the road. In fact, they are often part of the journey to success. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is their response to these challenges. Resilient individuals don't see failure as a permanent state, they see it as a temporary condition, something to be learned from and moved through. They know that the road to success is paved with setbacks, and the key is to stay in the game, to keep trying, and to learn from each experience. Building resilience also requires developing a mindset that implements growth-focused practices. Growth doesn't happen when you're comfortable. It happens when you challenge yourself, when you push beyond your limits, and when you do things that scare you or make you feel uneasy. Resilient people don't shy away from discomfort. They understand that it's part of the process. It's important to accept that there will be times when things will be difficult. The key is not to avoid the discomfort, but to learn how to navigate through it. This requires mental strength and emotional fortitude. The more you practice facing challenges head-on, the more resilient you become. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's a skill that is built over time through consistent effort and a willingness to face difficult circumstances. The role of self-belief in resilience is crucial. If you don't believe in your ability to overcome adversity, it becomes much harder to stay resilient. The stories you tell yourself about your own capability shape how you approach challenges. If you view yourself as someone who is weak or incapable of overcoming difficulties, you're less likely to persevere when things get tough. But when you develop a deep sense of self-belief, resilience is also about maintaining a sense of purpose, especially during tough times. When life gets difficult, it's easy to lose sight of why you're pushing forward. You might question the point of all the effort, wonder if it's worth it, or feel like giving up. But resilient individuals keep their eyes on the bigger picture. They remember why they started in the first place. Whether it's a dream, a goal, or a personal mission, staying connected to your purpose helps you navigate through hardship. It's the reason why you keep going when everything inside you is telling you to stop. Having a clear purpose reminds you that there's something bigger at play. Another important aspect of resilience is the ability to ask for help when needed. Resilience doesn't mean doing everything on your own or pretending you're invincible. In fact, some of the most resilient people are the ones who recognize when they need support and aren't afraid to ask for it. Whether it's talking to a friend, seeking professional help, or turning to a community for strength, reaching out for support can provide the encouragement and guidance needed to move forward. No one should have to go through struggles alone, and part of being resilient is acknowledging that there are people and resources around you that can help lighten the load. Resilience requires the ability to adapt. Resilience is not about stubbornly pushing through the same path regardless of the circumstances. It's about recognizing when you need to pivot, when to change your approach, and when to find new opportunities in the face of adversity. Resilience is about persistence. It's about the quiet strength to keep going, to not give up, and to continue moving forward, even when everything seems uncertain. It's a skill that's built over time, not by avoiding challenges, but by confronting them head-on and learning to thrive despite them. Rebuilding yourself requires you to develop this resilience, to know that no matter how many times life knocks you down, you will rise again, stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. Building a strong support system is essential when it comes to the journey of rebuilding yourself. No matter how determined or self-reliant you are, having a network of people around you who believe in you, support your efforts, and offer guidance can make all the difference. Life is full of challenges, and facing them alone can feel overwhelming, even suffocating. A support system doesn't just provide emotional backup, it also offers practical advice, perspective, and encouragement that can help you maintain focus when things get tough. Without a solid support network, the journey of personal transformation can be unnecessarily difficult. But with the right people by your side, you can navigate the toughest of times with a renewed sense of strength and determination. The first component of a strong support system is surrounding yourself with people who genuinely care about your well-being. These individuals are not just fair-weather friends who disappear when things get hard, but those who are truly invested in your growth and happiness. They might not always have the answers to your problems, but they will offer a listening ear, a comforting word, and sometimes the tough love that is necessary to keep you moving forward. Having people who genuinely care for you can make all the difference during times of difficulty. They remind you of your worth, they keep you grounded, and they provide the emotional stability that's often needed when you're going through personal struggles. Knowing that you have a group of people who are there for you, who will stand by you through thick and thin, brings a sense of security and confidence that is critical when you're rebuilding yourself. Equally important is having people around you who challenge you to be better. While emotional support is crucial, it's also essential to be surrounded by individuals who push you to grow. These are the people who see your potential even when you can't see it yourself, and who encourage you to step outside your comfort zone. They're not afraid to hold up a mirror and point out areas where you need to improve. Sometimes this kind of support might feel uncomfortable, but it's the kind of support that accelerates your growth. These individuals challenge you to think differently, act differently, and strive for more. They don't let you settle for mediocrity or become complacent in your journey of transformation. Their belief in your potential drives you to believe in yourself, even when self-doubt creeps in. Another critical aspect of building a support system is creating a network of mentors or advisors who can offer guidance based on their own experiences. These individuals may be older, more experienced, or simply wiser in areas where you need help. They provide insight that can save you from making costly mistakes, offer strategies for overcoming specific obstacles, and share their knowledge in a way that helps you avoid pitfalls. The value of having a mentor cannot be overstated. They act as a compass, helping you navigate through the complexities of life and offering advice that comes from years of personal experience. Having access to this kind of wisdom can expedite your progress as you rebuild yourself, as it allows you to learn from the experiences of others, which can be far less painful than learning everything through trial and error. A support system also requires a sense of accountability. When you're trying to rebuild your life, it's easy to make excuses, delay important decisions, or let bad habits creep back into your routine. However, when you have a network of people who hold you accountable, you're more likely to stay on track and remain consistent with your efforts. These people don't let you slip into complacency. They check in with you, ask about your progress, and ensure you're moving toward your goals. The sense of accountability that comes from knowing others are rooting for you and keeping tabs on your progress pushes you to take the necessary steps toward change, even when you don't feel like it. It creates a sense of responsibility that helps you keep your momentum going. Not all of the people in your support system need to be physically present in your life. Sometimes support comes from afar, whether it's through online communities, groups of like-minded individuals, or even through reading books or listening to podcasts by people who inspire and motivate you. These distant sources of support still play an important role in your journey, offering the guidance, advice, and inspiration you need to stay motivated. In many cases, these resources can help you feel less isolated in your struggles, reminding you that you're not alone in your journey and that others have walked a similar path. This broader network of support can help you broaden your perspective, introduce new ideas, and offer different approaches to the challenges you're facing. The key to building a strong support system is ensuring that it's a balanced network that meets your emotional, intellectual, and practical needs. It's not just about surrounding yourself with people who agree with everything you say or tell you what you want to hear. The most effective support systems are those that offer a healthy mix of encouragement, challenge, and accountability. They are made up of individuals who lift you up when you're down, but also push you to reach for more when you're stuck in complacency. They are people who give you advice, share wisdom, and hold you accountable to the person you're trying to become. In building this support system, it's important to remember that the people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your journey of rebuilding. As you take the necessary steps to transform yourself, it's critical to have individuals who believe in your potential, challenge you to improve, and offer the guidance needed to help you navigate through your challenges. The right support system doesn't just make the process easier, it can make it possible. The people you surround yourself with can make the possible. When you have people by your side who are committed to your growth and success, the path to rebuilding yourself becomes not just a solitary journey, but one filled with the power of collective strength. When you begin the process of rebuilding yourself, one of the most important steps is to take consistent, deliberate action. Change doesn't happen by wishful thinking or merely hoping that things will get better. It requires actively working toward your goals every single day. This is where the difference between desire and achievement becomes apparent. You may want to improve your life, but if you're not willing to put in the work, nothing will change. It's easy to become excited about the idea of change, but the real challenge lies in maintaining the momentum once the initial excitement fades. The key to transformation is perseverance, and the only way to persevere is by showing up every day, even when it's difficult or you don't feel like it. Consistency is the foundation of any lasting change. It's the small actions taken over time that add up to significant results. Whether it's improving your physical health, advancing your career, or enhancing your emotional well-being, the steps you take every day, no matter how small, are what will eventually shape the person you want to become. Often, people expect instant results, but real, meaningful change is a gradual process. By taking consistent action, you're building the habits that will support your growth. These daily efforts become ingrained in your life, creating a rhythm and routine that make change sustainable. Even when the immediate results aren't visible, you're laying the groundwork for future success. Deliberate action also involves setting clear and achievable goals. Rebuilding yourself without a clear direction is like trying to navigate without a map. Without knowing where you want to go, you can easily get lost or distracted. It's essential to define what you want to achieve and break those larger goals into smaller, more manageable steps. These goals serve as a constant reminder of what you're working toward and why you're making the effort. When you break down a large goal into smaller actions and accomplishments, it becomes less overwhelming and more actionable. You can focus on one step at a time, steadily progressing toward the bigger picture. The feeling of accomplishment that comes with completing complex tasks makes it feel accomplished and makes the journey less daunting. The success in rebuilding yourself is learning how to discipline. It's about cultivating the ability to stick to your commitments, even when you're not seeing immediate results or when challenges arise. Renee, this kind of mental toughness is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't succeed. This is actually the way commitment to your commitments is how you stay committed to your commitments, even when the... Another crucial element of taking deliberate action is learning from setbacks. When you encounter obstacles or face failures, it's important to see them as opportunities for growth rather than signs of defeat. Setbacks are an inevitable part of the process, and how you respond to them will define your success. Instead of letting a failure halt your progress, you must be willing to analyze the situation, learn from your mistakes, and then adjust your approach. Each setback carries valuable lessons that can guide you toward your next step. Rebuilding yourself requires the ability to persevere through these challenges, to keep moving forward despite the setbacks, and to continuously adjust your strategy until you find what works. It's through this process of trial and error that you gain the wisdom needed for long, unsuccessful struggles to success. Sure, it's through this process of trial and error that you gain the wisdom needed for long, unsuccessful success. Additionally, taking deliberate action means being mindful of your environment and how it influences your efforts. Surrounding yourself with the right people, cultivating a space that supports your goals, and eliminating a space that supports your goals, and eliminating distractions can make a significant difference in the progress you make. If your environment is filled with negativity, distractions, or things that hinder your growth, it can be difficult to take consistent action. You must create an environment that aligns with your vision for the future. This includes making conscious choices about where to spend your time and energy. If you're serious about rebuilding yourself, you need to be intentional about the activities and relationships that support your transformation. Taking consistent action isn't always about doing more. It's about doing what truly matters. It's easy to fall into the trap of overworking or doing a lot of things without making meaningful progress. The key is to prioritize the actions that will bring you closer to your goals and eliminate the noise that distracts you from your mission. It's about focusing on what truly matters and investing your time and energy into the things that align with your values and aspirations. Taking deliberate action means being intentional about how you spend your time and making sure every step you take brings you closer to the person you want to become. The power of consistent action lies in its cumulative effect. It's like planting seeds and nurturing them every day. Over time, those small actions compound, and eventually you'll see the fruits of your labor. Rebuilding yourself is not a sprint, it's a marathon. There will be times when progress seems slow, and it can be tempting to give up. But if you continue to show up and take action, even when it feels like you're not moving forward, the results will come. Trusting the process and maintaining consistent, deliberate effort is the key to lasting change. In the end, it's not the big, dramatic changes that make the most difference. It's the small, consistent actions that you take each day. Building momentum and shaping your future step by step. Rebuilding yourself is a process of growth, and taking consistent, deliberate action is the foundation on which that growth is built. Rebuilding yourself is a profound and transformative journey that requires embracing change, developing resilience, creating a strong support system, and taking consistent, deliberate action. It's about recognizing your power to shape your future, no matter where you've come from or what challenges you've faced. The process isn't easy, and there will be times when you question your ability to keep going, but every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. The key is to keep moving, stay committed to your goals, and never lose sight of the strength within you. Trust in yourself, believe in your potential, and understand that transformation takes time, but is always worth the effort. Good luck on your journey. May you find the courage to embrace change, the strength to push through challenges, and the determination to stay consistent in your pursuit of a better version of yourself. Remember, every day is an opportunity to grow, and you are more capable than you know. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and may your path ahead be filled with success and fulfillment. Keep going. You've got this.